Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we are at a very sad stage in the country's history. I'm going to read this statement and know that it has been compiled by all of us because we want to send a message directly to William Samoei Ruto. Directly to him. Crooked Ruto is responsible for the illegal abductions and killings. Today, we stand in solidarity and empathy with all the families here and those who did not make it to come for their sons and daughters who have been abducted and have disappeared. It is devastating for a family and friends when a loved one disappears. Yet this is a harsh reality facing Kenya today. I myself am very touched by the plight that has been going on, and more so because Bob Jage and the Longman twins came to visit me in Kamkunji after I was illegally arrested by the police. They were abducted after visiting me. This is 3 weeks now, and they have not been seen, notwithstanding a lot of the court orders. So this is a direct affront to some of us personally. Your pain is my pain. We are sounding the alarm. We are on the edge of an abyss and moving speedily in the wrong direction. We must wake up and collectively demand for truth, accountability, and justice. Many times it is said that if it happens to one, we keep quiet. It happens to another, we keep quiet. Eventually it will land in each of our doorsteps. We saw this during the abductions of so-called terror suspects. We've seen it over the years. But because there is a security team that tells us that it's for our benefit, we keep quiet. Today they have extended it to people who have been peacefully demonstrating in this country. Abductions is becoming a way of life. Extrajudicial killings a way of life. This is not the Kenya that was envisaged even by the makers of the new constitution. The terrifying illegal abductions, enforced disappearances, and extrajudicial killings in Kenya remain a state strategy to spread terror amongst us. The feeling of insecurity and fear it generates is not limited to close relatives of the abducted or the disappeared only. It affects each and every one of us. Illegal abductions and enforced disappearances violates the right to life, liberty, protection before the law, and protection from other cruel, inhumane treatment and punishment. Abductions victimizes the families, relatives, friends, and victims and survivors like we have here. We have a young man here who was abducted all the way to Maragua. He'll tell you his story. Abductions are a gross violation of the international law, including the Rome Statute. Abductions are kidnapping. Please understand. The state is kidnapping people, kidnapping Kenyans. They are a crime against humanity. Family and friends of people who have been abducted and disappeared experience slow mental anguish, not knowing whether their son or daughter, mother or father are still alive, not knowing whether he or she is being held or how they are being treated, searching for the truth put whole families in great danger. There are some families we wanted to visit. I myself directly, with my deputy Willis Otieno, and I can tell you those families are afraid. They want to meet us in private because they are afraid that the attention we may cause will victimize them. No order or instruction of any public authority, civilian, military, or other, may be invoked to justify a form of abduction, kidnapping, to enforce disappearance. Any person receiving such an order or instruction shall have the right and duty to not obey it. Article 26 of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every Kenyan the right to life, specifically stating a person shall not be deprived of life intentionally. Article 28 and 29 of the Constitution provides the human dignity, freedom, and security of the persons, which includes and not be subjected to torture or treated or punished in a cruel and inhumane manner. The Inspector General of the National Police Service, under Article 245 of the Constitution, must exercise independent command of the police. We have seen what is going on. You have an IG who stands up and says you can demonstrate. It's in the Constitution. 2 days later, he's chasing everybody from the streets and his officers are shooting. Who is giving him those orders? The IG is constitutionally required to ensure the police operate with the highest standards of professionalism and comply with constitutional standards of human rights and fundamental freedoms while performing their work. In exercise of the command of the police, the IG has the constitutional responsibility to ensure that the officers commit to protect the right of life of all Kenyans by adhering to the Constitution. President William Ruto took oath and swore that he will truly and diligently serve the people of the Republic and the Republic of Kenya. He will diligently discharge his duties and perform functions in the office of the President while doing justice to all in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of Kenya without fear, favor, affection, or ill will. President Ruto, and I say crooked Ruto, the crooked man, took oath and swore to faithfully bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya and will obey, observe, protect, and defend the Constitution of this country. And he will protect and uphold the sovereignty, the integrity, and the dignity of every single Kenyan. That is an oath you are swearing to God before 54 million Kenyans. Regrettably, today it can be confirmed that crooked Ruto has not only violated the Constitution of Kenya, but has contravened his oath of office. He has become a constitutional delinquent. For the avoidance of any doubt, if any of you have any, crooked Ruto is solely responsible for the abductions, enforced disappearances, and the murders of young Kenyans, Gen Z. He has turned his police force into a political militia. Kenyans must never forget William Ruto's history. And Kenyans will never forget what he's doing to us today. Crooked Ruto is hypocritically mocking, laughing, and demeaning the abducted, disappeared, and murdered sons and daughters of this country, and their loved ones who are painfully crying daily. The only crime they have committed is exercising their constitutional and democratic right to peacefully and unarmed demonstrate on the streets in our country. We will not yield to crooked Ruto's tyranny. We will not. Because to yield is to advertise to all those that have fought for the democracy that we have today, starting from 1920. We are telling them that we have succumbed to the will of tyranny. William Ruto will not take us there. He is no different. When you look at that man, read the history of people like Pol Pot of Vietnam, Adolf Hitler. Read the history of Amin Dada, who was just next door to us, Umar Bashir, who created atrocities in Sudan. He is no different. He's not a man to glorify. That is a man to feel shame that he represents this great country called Kenya in any position. Finally, I wish to assure the abducted, the disappeared, and their families here and home, you shall never be forgotten by Kenyans. Ruto may forget, may ignore, but we will never forget. You are the true freedom fighters of our time. You are the heroes and heroines of this country. Forgetting you is rejecting our own identity. Forgetting you is to renounce the meaning of our life. Forgetting you means that we do not even love our own families. We will keep the memory of our abducted, our disappeared, our murdered. Forgetting them is allowing crooked Ruto to achieve his goal of erasing our loved ones from this earth. We are going to continue demanding justice. We shall relive their memory as we do. The abducted, the disappeared, the murdered shall live forever in our minds, in our hearts, and etched in the history of this country. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Barack from the Sleepers. The president recently said that he is not aware of anything of that, and should there be someone who is aware of such a case, should provide the names to PS Kumon. Have you and your team done so?
You know, crooked Ruto has a big problem. He seems to be delusional. The information is in public domain. The media has over and over stressed names. Are you telling me he does not listen to the media? He doesn't watch TV like all of us? If he was true to the oath of office that he took, he doesn't wait for people to submit names. He would have already set up an inquiry with the allegations that are already there. He should be informing us what is going on. The only reason he is doing that is because he is the one who is doing it. Okay? Let us not mince our words here. Those are his instructions being obeyed by others. And he will be held to account. The days when people just got away with things are over. The level of accountability Kenyans are demanding, and the world, is at an all-time high. He will not get away with it. Any other question? Yes.
My name is Jimi Wanjigi. We understand the teachings have been started at last over the scene. Are you an interested party or seeking to be involved? And if then, how do you pursue justice?
You know, justice for the victims is historical to us. When we had ICC, that was an attempt to deal with justice for the victims. We had 1,400 people who died, 2007, 2008. Today, we are talking, we don't even know the exact number. We have bodies in the mortuary, unclaimed, unidentified. We have bodies being found in rivers and swamps and dump sites. We don't know how many. We can only estimate there may be a few hundred. I think we must start looking for justice elsewhere. We are going to make sure they are accountable in this country. One of the greatest cases that has happened, and I like you to all follow this case, is the case of justice for Baby Pendo. Baby Pendo was murdered by police in 2017. And that case is coming up October the 3rd in our High Court here in Nairobi. That case is taking to court what you call the commanders of that case. The OCS, the OCPD, regional commander, people who actually committed the murder, and holding them personally liable, criminally liable for the death of Baby Pendo. One case at a time is going to achieve things you have never imagined. We've been very supportive of that case. It has taken 5 years. We are now almost at a critical point. So I want to warn all these commanders who are taking instructions. Watch the Baby Pendo case. It is coming to you. Each and every one of you. Whether you're the IG, whether you're the DCI, whether you're NIS, whether you're an OCPD, it is coming to each and every one of you. And you will face justice for the victims. Yes?
My name is Daniel Sare. Do you think the courts are doing justice to those people that have advocated their cases taken to court for the same issue?
So far, I have no major complaints with the court system. I don't. I think they're doing a very good job. Today we got an order. I think the IG is supposed to appear this afternoon. Yes. Well, I think we're quite happy with what is going on in our courts. Yes.
My name is Sophia from Kenyan.
Yes, Sophia.
To know, to clarify, have you? I know you have. I just want to hear from you. Have you actually reported, the missing people, and what has been the reaction from the, the DCI and the guys that you've reported the cases?
They have been reported to every single police station that is responsible. In other words, where we assume, let us say we are assuming, were the areas of abduction or the areas where the families come from. They have been reported. Have you ever sought a comment from the IG? Have you? You're asking us, have you? Why are you not seeking comments from those people? They are the abductors. They are being accused every day. I'm here accusing them. Let them stress their defense. Okay?
I was just asking if you follow the due diligence.
Absolutely. But the onus is not on us. The onus is not on us. It has been done. But don't be like them who want to say, oh, nyinyi mufanya report, mufanya. It's not about us. You think people are creating fake bodies and fake missing persons? Let's be sincere. It has been followed. And as you can see, there are people who are living in their own reality. They don't want to acknowledge that there is such a thing. Yes. Yes, Lugu.
So far as Jimi Wanjigi, how many families have you reached to be able to communicate about the missing person?
How many families? How many are there so far? About 12. About 12. Yes, about 12. But as I told you, we are having very serious challenges, because these families are very frightened. And they feel if we draw too much attention to them, they'll be victimized. Even their other children will be victimized. But so I would like to keep it a bit quiet. Yeah? Anything else? Yes. Yes, good afternoon.
Two questions. One, I understand that you have a case active in court. But the last time when you had a press and you informed the public that your team is doing an assessment and very soon you will let the person know how much the damage was by the police officer who raided the home. Two, you mentioned that everything is in cloud. That's why you're confident enough that there were some items that were planted in perfume. This part of the evidence you will present before the court to present or satisfy the judges with the evidence? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. You know, I didn't call this for myself. I was here to talk about others. Kesi yangu itakuja, and I want to assure you, as I assured you then, it will be a shocker case. Okay? A shocker case. But I'm not here today to talk about that. I'll come to me. Today, I'm here. All right? There are people who are not here, who have not only died, others have been abducted. We don't know whether they are dead or alive. I think that's really the concern. Mimi niko hapa, niko hai, niko sawa. My family wako hai. Sindio? So we'll come to that. Yeah.
Sorry, last question.
Yes.
We know some of the people that were abducted, they are boni wanategemewa kama watu kwa familia zao. I mean, you as
Breadwinners. Yes.
You as Jimi Wanjigi, is there any way that you feel like you're going to be able to support them until they...
My friend, why are you asking me of private arrangements? Hiyo hapana kitu ya public. Ask me. Kuna watu wengine ambao wanasema kitu. Any other question? Yes, ndugu yangu. From? Sorry. You know, I don't think it's about resignation alone. These are people who should be criminals before a court. They have completely decided the law is irrelevant. And whether they resign today and you put others tomorrow, it makes no difference. The key thing is that they need to be seen in a court of law answering for the injustice that they are committing. That may be the greatest attempt at stopping continual abuse of the law by the police. We need to see an IG in court. We need to see a DCI in court. We need to see OCPDs and OCSs in court. That is what we need. There was a young man who was shot some time ago called Rex Masai. Rex Masai. That was the first one that was brought to our faces. Okay? We've had how many stories for the last 3 months? Including from these agencies, what is it called? Yes. Really? We are talking about young men's lives here. Young girls' lives. I don't think it's a matter of resignation. Yeah.
Do you feel like justice is gonna ever be done?
Absolutely.
And do you have hope for the Kenyan?
Absolutely. In fact, most Kenyans feel very hopeful. Any of these criminals who are perpetuating injustice will see that court of law. One day, that I assure you, this is not going to continue happening in this country.
What is the time limit that is giving the government to be able to produce the people, and what is the plan?
Well, let us see how they answer today, because today's, this afternoon's case is critical. Many of us are skeptical. They will say they don't know where they are, they're not the ones who did it. But they also don't know what we have to prove that they are the ones. So let us see what they produce as the excuse this afternoon. Then you can ask me about time limit. Okay? Asante ni sana. Please hold on. I would like you to still hear some people here. Yeah? Please, Felix.
We start with the former survivor.
Yeah.
Victim of
Yeah.
abduction. That's
This young man.
help him be the first.
Okay.
And we can just
ya kuja tu hapa
akuje tu.
exchange the